Yo, what's happening? It is your boy, the one and only. But what do I know? Uh, I wanted to talk about Danny Garcia for a second. Um, Danny Garcia is talking about moving up to 154. He feels like he can. And this is gonna be a quick video. It ain't gonna be too long, but um, he Danny Garcia wants to move up to 154. Um, he feels like he'll be the best fighter over there. Certainly, he says he'll be the biggest name. He feels like he can beat the guys up there, and it'll be a chance for him to win another world title in another division. Um, Danny Garcia. I'm gonna give you my thoughts on Danny Garcia. I like Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia has like a slept on resume. A lot of people don't give him credit. A lot of people don't know how to really look into a resume, bro. They look into a resume and they just automatically look at names. It's not about just names. It's not about just who you fought, but when you fought them, right? So, of course, when he fought, going back to that, I first knew about Danny Garcia when he fought Kendall Holt. But Danny Garcia came on the scene when he beat Eric Morales. Now, of course, like what I just said, it's not about who you fought, but when you fought him. Yes, Eric Morales was past his prime. I think, we all know that. But, um, my bad. But Eric Morales was a world champion. At that particular time that Danny Garcia fought him, he was a world champion. And so you have to get, and I want to say Danny Garcia was the underdog in that fight. And here's my thing, bro. Anytime you're an underdog in a fight, I don't care who you're fighting. You could be fighting. I don't care who it is. If you're the underdog in the fight, bro, you automatically have to give them credit for that because they're the underdog, no matter what. Just like when well, I don't know. Was Ugas? I think Ugas was the underdog. Yeah, when Ugas fought Pacquiao, Ugas was the underdog, right? Now, of course, people are gonna say Pacquiao's old, and of course that's true. Pacquiao was past his prime, but at the end of the day, you still have to give Ugas credit because you knew Pacquiao was past his prime, but you still, when you pick Pacquiao to beat him, so you got to give Ugas his credit. So, um, when a fighter is the underdog, I don't give a damn what the situation is. You have to give them credit for that. So, and on top of that, when you're fighting a world champion, I don't care who you are. I've always said this: when you are a world champion, there's no such thing as take it easy. I don't care if you're 16 and a world champion or if you're 55 and you're a world champion. If you are a world champion, bro, you are expected to fight the best fighters, and you have to give them credit because what are you in the division for if you're not trying to fight for the world titles? So you got to give Danny credit for that. All right. Then he comes back and he fights Amir Khan, and Amir Khan, you got to give. He was the underdog in the Amir Khan fight. Nobody thought that Amir Khan was gonna win. And that was, man, that press conference was beautiful. I think Angel Garcia got in Amir Khan's head. I think I think Amir Khan was like, yeah, like I said, rattled by Angel Garcia. Amir Khan came out gunning for Danny Garcia, wanting to knock Danny Garcia out. And Amir Khan he was winning that fight. Don't get it twisted. He was winning that fight. But the thing with Amir Khan is when you don't have a chin, you don't need to be staying in the pocket too long. He stayed in that pocket too long, and Danny Garcia threw the famous no look hook, and dropped Amir Khan. A lot of people like to say that was luck, but that's not. That was Danny timing. Danny was timing Amir Khan, was trying to throw that shot the whole fight. And he was timing Amir Khan. He finally caught him right at that moment. And knocked Amir Khan out. Danny Garcia was the underdog in that fight. Came out and won that fight. Came back, knocked out Eric Morales. All right, that was like 2012. 2013, he then comes and fights Zab Judah, and that was a good matchup. That build up for that fight, man, that was better than the Khan build. That was a good ass build up for that fight. Danny Garcia was supposed to fight Zab Judah in like February of 2013, but I think Danny had an injury, and they ended up fighting like April of 2013, and I mean, beautiful build up to that fight. Zab, of course, Zab was past his prime, but it was a good stylistic matchup. Entertaining fight, entertaining build up. Everything was a plus. 2013 was just a great year for boxing. Um, After Zab Judah, you then had him fight Lucas Matisse. Now, if you look at Lucas Matisse now, you're like, man, what is he? He ain't done. Bro, Lucas Matisse at that time in 2013 was a fucking monster. I want to say his record, like I say, y'all know me, I always go off the dome with my videos. A lot of times I have my laptop with me to fact check, but I'm just going to go off the dome. But I want to say Lucas Matisse, at the time he fought Danny Garcia, was like 34-2 with like 32 knockouts. And then the two losses were debatable because I know one of them came from Zab Judah, and it was a split decision loss where he had dropped Zab Judah, but I can't remember who the other one came from. Might have been Devin Alexander. I think it was Devin Alexander. But anyways, both of them close fights. Danny Garcia was the underdog to that. Danny Garcia beat Lucas Matisse. All right. Then Danny Garcia, he had a messed up year. He got some gifts. Mauricio Herrera. I thought Lamont Peterson beat him, but Danny Garcia, he has fought some very good fighters. Brandon Rios, was the only one, or the first, or the only one of the first, or the only ones to stop Adrian Granados. He'd been in the ring with Keith Thurman, Sean Porter, Earl Spence. You know what I'm saying? So Danny Garcia has a very good resume. But the thing is, at 147, Danny Garcia wasn't the dominant force he was at 140, and that's just because Danny does a lot of things good, but nothing great. Nothing is flashy about Danny or whatnot. Nothing really sticks out. But he has good boxing ability, very good timing. But he just wasn't able to take over 147 the way he did at 140, and 154 is going to be even worse if you ask me. With the likes of Jermell Charlo, I don't think that would be a good idea for Danny Garcia. I definitely don't think he should fight Jermell Charlo. Brian Castano, a lot of people didn't realize how good Brian Castano was. I'm a huge Jermell Charlo is one of my favorite fighters of today's time right now. And I was nervous as fuck. I was nervous as hell for that fight. Even more nervous for the rematch. Brian Castano is a dog, is a beast. Danny does not want no parts of that. I don't know. Erickson Lubin, a lot of people question, says he has a questionable chin. Maybe, I don't know. I think I still kind of, he does get rocked, but I don't too much think Danny Garcia can beat Erickson Lubin, bro. I said this was going to be a short video, man. Sorry, I love talking boxing. I don't think that I just don't see him really solidifying himself at 154, man. I don't. Danny has a great chin, very great chin. I mean, dude went toe to toe with Lucas Matisse, man. But I mean, never been knocked down. But I just don't think it's a good move for him to fight at 154. Like I said, maybe Erickson Lubin, maybe. I wouldn't even bet money on that. Shit, I don't know, man. Tony Harrison, I don't really know, man. I don't know. I don't think Danny should. I don't know, man. I'm sorry, bro. I don't think Danny should go for the gusto at 154. I think Danny has had an amazing career, a very good career. If I have to rate it, if I have to rate his career, I give it like a solid B. His career will be a solid B. With him being at his best at 140 in my eyes. But I just don't think that Danny Garcia should move up to 154. Danny Garcia's been at it for a while. If it's time to hang him up, let it be. Or if he has a few more at 147, maybe make it happen. Maybe him and Adrian Broner or something like that. Or him and Conor Ben. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think. Hey, but then again, hey, what do I know?